Greetings, YouTube. I apologize about the poor lighting. The cat just settled in and I don't have the heart to move her. Today I'm going to be talking about an article that I originally read in February, and I'm going to quote the poll from this particular discussion that was had on Minifilter. From January 1st, 1900 to June 30th, 2012, Florida's School for Boys, aka the Arthur G. Dozier School for Boys, was operated by the state of Florida as a reform school for boys ranging in the age from 8 to 21 in the panhandle town of Marianna. With a notorious reputation for inflicting severe abuses, there's a PDF attached, on its minor inmates, including beatings, rape, torture, and even murder, going back a century. Florida authorized archaeologists and anthropologists from the University of South Florida to conduct an investigation of the school's graveyard. Last month, this would have been in January, after a several-month-long excavation, researchers and forensic anthropologists have announced the discovery of remains adding up to 55 people on school grounds, 5 more than previously known, and 24 more than listed in school records. And then there's some links to the stories that involve some of the survivors of this hellhole. And I'm going to also link to a list of articles and about the schools or the programs, the tough love style programs, the ones that are about training children to be better because they've been naughty of some variety. There's a quote from one of them. And in fact, the title of this particular list is called Boot Camp for Kids Torturing Teens for Fun and Profit, which is the truth. It's what they do. One of the youth trainers at a juvenile facility is quoted as saying, "If I can't make a kid puke or piss in his pants on his first day, I'm not doing my job." So here we have examples of abuse in the past, physical, bona fide abuse that can't be denied. Survivors are bearing witness that it has. And then we have these facilities, which are still open today, doing their jobs of torturing and tormenting children in the hopes of making them better. And there's a list of articles that is nauseatingly long in this second link that will link you to all kinds of things if you'd like more information on the amount of harrowing stories and children that have been tormented and tortured and deprived is mind-blowing. I've covered this topic before in the past. One particular case, I remember a boy who was so severely beaten and tormented and deprived of food that even though he got medical attention, he slipped into a coma and died. He weighed almost nothing. He was nothing but a bag of bones and skin when they finally got there. Medical facilities finally got their hands on him and tried to save his life, and they couldn't. And these kind of things happen in today's world because there are parents that don't want to deal with their teens. Now, I'm of the opinion that teenagers are children, and they are teenagers of the children they were in the past. They didn't drop out of the sky. Yes, they're going through hormonal changes, and yes, many of those changes can be difficult. But none of them deserve to be shipped off to a boot camp where they will be forced to puke or piss themselves, or tortured, or deprived of food, or raped, or murdered. Just because a parent doesn't want to do their job. I've often heard it said, and I agreed, that parenting is one of the hardest jobs in the world, and I feel that most parents are completely and utterly unskilled for the task. That most people simply do not know how to raise healthy children because they were not raised in a healthy way. And here we have examples of what happens when you shift these kids off. Now, in the case of the Florida school in question, there were some kids, minority kids, that they were told, we need to talk to you. The police show up at the house, so we need to talk to you about something. And the parents trusted them. And the police took their children away, and they never came home. No charges, no trials, nothing. Someone decided that your kid was a problem. They took them away. These boot camps, these are parents that don't know what they're doing, shipping their kids off. It's hard to raise a kid. It's hard to be a kid. But we need to use sympathy, empathy, and compassion. We need to use good therapeutic practices, not shipping children off into boot camps, funding private industries who make profit off of human suffering. literally, not just figuratively, literally making a profit off of human suffering. And we need to stop that. It needs to go away. So I'm hoping that these type of stories will proliferate, that people will see more and more of them, and people will be disenfranchised from sending their children to these places. I hope that. And I really like to believe that maybe that hope will become reality.